In this part, I'm going to show you your second resource, and that is called WikiArt.org. So when you come to this site, you'll see a whole bunch of really great, fantastic artwork from a variety of artists and topics and genres. You can, of course, go ahead and do a search. You can search by artworks, by genres, time periods, styles. So if you know about some or you're curious about some, for instance, I can go here to Surrealism, and I can go ahead and check out some really fantastic work here. I can go look up specific artists, so I can look up by art movements. I can do alphabetical, so if you have some famous artists that you like, you can choose. If you just go to the home page, you'll see a featured today in history, and you'll probably see just a good collection of artwork that might catch your eye. So really, you can kind of just go ahead and pick and choose. You can certainly go to artworks and choose popular and see what these are pieces that, of course, the general population feels is very popular. So you really can't go wrong with these. These are some of the best of the best. And you might discover some work that really you fall in love with. That's really the one of the things that I want you to do. So okay, so here we go. Here I'm going to go ahead and use this example here. So if I go ahead and I click and I want to use this particular painting as an example of one of the seven elements, maybe I'll use it for texture, maybe I'll use it for color, space, maybe I'll go ahead and use this one here. This is a really nice one here. Okay, so if I right click on this, I can try save as, so that looks really good, but the thing is just to let you know, you're not actually saving the image. This will try to save the whole page, so you can't right click with WikiArt either. So with WikiArt, you have to do a screenshot also. So get your mouse out of the way, Shift Command 4, get your mouse cursor up here in the top left, and click and drag, and you will then go ahead and grab it. And that will then show up as a screenshot on your desktop. The screenshot will show up here on your desktop. You select it, you press return to go ahead and rename it. And for this one here, I'm going to go ahead and put in the artist name, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the value that that I want to use. Or I'll go ahead and put in the name of the piece. So this one is going to be called The Gray Tree. There we go. So there's Mondrian and The Gray Tree. Now, then I'll go back to my gallery. I'll say Add Image, Upload from my file system, and I'll basically repeat. I'll choose the same file, I'll find the image, upload it, and then you're going to put in the vital information. So remember that the vital information is the name of the piece, the name of the artist, and then what element you are attaching it to and why. So here it is here. So again, the name of the piece, the name of the artist. You can always go back to the piece here. You can just copy it. It looks like it won't let me select and copy his name. There we go. I actually got it. Copy it. I can go ahead and put his name down there. If you want to put any extra information, like the year that the piece was created in, please be my guest. If you want to put the city or the museum that it's actually the piece exists in, you're welcome to do that. But the pieces of information that I want you to at least have at a minimum is the name of the piece, the artist, and the element of art that you are going to use. So for this one, let's say I was going to have this be texture, and then I would put in texture, and I would put in the 1 to 2 sentences as to how the artist, in this example, use implied texture. Okay, so here's the finished piece. Artist name, texture, and as you can see there, the implied texture, as it's not real texture, the implied texture gives the brushstrokes in the tree, gives it the look of tree bark, and gives it a rough look, as if I were able to touch it. And the sky texture gives the look of movement in the wind. Okay, I would go ahead and hit submit, and it's going to submit it to my gallery, and there it is down there. I now have the 4 pieces. I can then go ahead and, of course, click on the piece. I can say place artifact, and this is where you get to choose where you actually place the piece. So I think it's going to be most effective here on this really dark wall. I'll go ahead and click. I'll choose place. Once you place a piece, you can click on it again, and you can, of course, move it. You can make it bigger or smaller. If you go to frame properties, that's where you can actually change some really interesting things here. So you can actually choose colors. Right now it says no frame. I can choose a particular color. I'm going to choose, maybe a white color frame so it stands out. I'll choose the frame size a little bit so you can see it better, and I'll hit change. And now you can see it's popping out from the actual piece a little bit, and you get some nice customization options. Again, you can click on this, frame properties. You can choose a real frame. These are picture frames that you can choose. Hit change. Just try it out, see what you like, and there you go. And now to actually see this, to actually go ahead and interact with it, I'm going to go down here in the bottom step. I'm fast forwarding a little bit. I'm going to say define my room theme. And for the room theme, I would like all of you to go ahead and call it Elements of Art. Just real simple, Elements of Art. Hit save. And there you go. You now have your one room, and you should have plenty of space to go ahead and put 7 pieces, at least 7 pieces. So you can see here, I'm now in the view mode. I can click in here, and I can go around. I can look at my piece of work. I can see the frame, see if I like it. I can click on the piece, and of course I can read the name of the artist, all the information, and there we go. And there it is. If you don't like the location of it, if it's too high, if it needs to be moved over to the right, you'd of course close this. You go back to curate, and you can go ahead and you can make those changes. Now you'll see that if I want to change what I wrote about this piece, I can click on it, and it says that it's already been placed. If I go over here and select it, I can choose move, and I can certainly move it further down. Maybe that's easier for the eyes, and there it is. But how do I actually change some of the text now that I've done that? Let's say I put in the wrong information, or I don't like the text that I put in there. How do I actually do that? So the way you do that is you want to come up here on your home page. You want to come up here and go to Upload Artifacts. And when you go to Upload Artifacts, you'll see all of your pieces in your gallery. And I found the gray tree. I'm going to choose Edit, and now I can go ahead and I can get the same text editor here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press Return. I want the word texture on another line. Maybe I'll put a space in between it. And there we go. That's what I want. So you can go ahead and fix this, hit save, and it should take that change. Now if I go back to my exhibit, let's see if it actually shows those changes, and that will be the end of this video. Okay, so I'm going to click once on the piece. It centers it. It's now much better. It's at eye level. I can see it. If I click again, you can see, okay, so it didn't move the word texture down. I put a return space in between there. It didn't do that, but I can still read the text. It's okay. On a side note, on a personal note, I will tell you that the text editor in ArtSteps is a little wonky. It's not quite word processing like Microsoft Word or Google Docs. So try your best with the spacing, and just know that I am aware of its effectiveness. So again, the title, the artist, and the element of art that you are applying this to, and 1 to 2 sentences or so that explains why you chose it. Okay, and here's a really nice view of the piece here. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. In the next video, I will show you how to grab pieces from the last resource, which is going to be a phenomenal website called artistaday.com. I will see you later. Good luck.